Yeah, what's going on, everybody? How are you?
Hey, everybody.
It's nice to see everybody in the chat. We got a lot of people here, and I see he got his name in there. I like that. Mr. Block, Goblin HQ Inc. is in the house. My partner Andy Block is here, and I'm also here, as you could tell. We got the new front look. Hope you guys like it, Andy. I'm working, man. I got me my intro works now. We do it fluently like that. We got the new look for the front for Fireline Live. And I thank you to a shout out to my sister, Patricia Johnson. Thank you so much for doing these. And she has a few others from other shows. So I love you so much. Thank you so much for doing that for me. And what do you think there, Mr. Block? What do you think, Andy?
I think it looks cool. I like it. I actually like it much better than the other one. Nothing against the other one. I mean, it was fine, but this just looks a lot more modern. Looks
Yeah.
cool.
Well, like I said, I was just using StreamYard's stuff, and so now I said, you know what? I'm just going to step out the box, and we're going to use my family and friends that have talent like this. And I can't do it right now because I'm just so busy, or I don't have time to learn to do some of this. I'm going to give shots out really quickly to everybody in the chat. We have some people here, so let's get to it. We got Team Ranger that said hello. How are you, Team Ranger? We have Sunny Stormy shared us out on Facebook and Twitter and the community tab. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My man Andy is saying hello to everybody. And we have, I'm telling everybody to have fun today on the show. We have now this is going to sound funny, Andy. This is going to sound funny when I say this. This is my online wife. This is my online wife, Miss Kaylin Scope. Don't ask questions. It's one of them crazy things. So yeah, I'm sure she's laughing crazy right now on her lives, on her, at her by herself in Dubai. She's from Dubai, by the way, from Dubai. Then we have Natalie and Addie. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you guys. Did I say Addie or Addie? Or what did you say?
It's Naylin. You said Natalie. There's no.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I got because I saw the D. Sorry, Naylin Addie. There you go. There you go. See, I got my grammar coach trying to help me out. All right, here we go. We got some more. We got some more. Sunny Storm is showing some love to all of us. My daughter Malia is in the house.
Malia.
Now, Malia, I got to give you let you know that you do have a new virtual stepmom in the house with a lady from Dubai. She's Filipino, so she's a Filipina, and her name is Kaylin, right there for you. So there you go.
How many parents you gonna put that kid through?
Hey, the first one wasn't my fault. The second one was not my fault, and the third one ain't my fault. And that's online, and that's fun. Here we go. Moving.
That's not the question.
Here we go. Yes, I did answer it. Don't do like they do with Trump, man. Try to go around the questions. He gave you the answer, but you don't have to answer.
You went around the question.
No.
People how many don't like. You're gonna put the kids.
Hold up. I gave the answer, but I didn't give the answer that you want to give, so that you wanted to hear. There you go. Now.
Straight question. There's an honest answer.
Okay, fine. I'll give you the direct answer. Zero more. There you go. All right. So here we go. We got Kyle Abrigo. If I mess up any of your names, I apologize.
Yeah.
We got Sunny Stormy is saying hello to everybody again. We got some oops action. Malia says hello to both of us. My online virtual wife says thank you to me. There you go. We started early. Well, guys, I thank you for being here. We're going to get right started to it. We got a lot to talk about, and let me get to it. No, we got one more. We got Clint Brook, guys, is in the house. Clint Brook, thank you guys very much. I'll tell you what, before we get started, because I know a lot of you guys are going to come in and out of the stream, and not a big deal, man. And let me set up with this first. If you guys want to ask us any questions, when I say questions, I know Mr. Block, you're looking at the chat more than I will when I'm on a different section where I can't see the chat for a second. So let me know if there's a question that's asked. You guys can ask any question you want as long as it's respectful and kind. It could be anything about life, It could be about what we're talking about with film and music. It could be whatever that topic is. If you want to ask a question, we will answer it on the spot. If we and Andy have a thought, we're talking about it, we'll finish that thought and then we'll go right to it. So before we get to that, I do want to put the ticker down. And so if you guys want to follow us at IG and Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff, there's the bottom. So I'll read it one time for you as it's finishing up at the bottom. So here we go. We're on Fireline 14, guys. We got number 14. My IG is Fireline_entertainment. My Facebook is obviously you can see up there, Alan G. Mosier III. Andrew Block's YouTube, as you can see right there, is Goblin Inc. or Goblin HQ Inc. And we're live every Wednesday at 1. And then our quarantine hangouts will be this Friday at 9 p.m. And we're going to be doing like a Comic-Con edition, family and friends panel style. It's going to be a lot of fun. So definitely be a part of that. So let's go ahead and go to the first topic, Mr. Andy. Man, here it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. But here's the bad news, buddy. Here's the bad news. Godzilla versus King Kong does not come out until
next year,
May 21, 21. And yes, it was supposed to be out for my birthday this year, but they said, no, we're going to push you back a whole year. That's tough, man. So here's the first image, though, Andy. I wanted to show you the first image. Yeah. This is the actual first image from the actual movie. What do you think about this first image?
Well, first of all, it looks like they shrunk Godzilla way down.
Yeah, they did. Oh, man. Yeah, they did.
My sidekick, Dave? Who's my sidekick? Oh, yeah. Alan, you're my sidekick, apparently.
Oh, wait, no. This is the Alan G. Mosier Show, Fireline NT, Dave. Stop playing. Hold on. Let me get out of this photo. Hold up. Hold on, Dave. What you talking about? Where Dave at? Where Dave at? Nah, Dave. Nah, brother. Hold on. Andy, how's your sidekick doing? Well, I gave him a sidekick, though. I gave him a sidekick, so he's doing all right. We got Godzilla every time. Let's put the image back up really quickly. Yeah. And I want to say that, Dave, thank you for being here, Dave. I really appreciate you. Thank you for that, buddy.
Always like having Dave around. I like talking to Dave. Dave is cool.
Yeah, he's a best friend, good best friend.
So it looks like they shrunk Godzilla down. I don't know if that's intentional or if they're going to grow Kong up or what. Because in the 2014 Godzilla movie, he was freaking gigantic.
Yeah, I think for the picture, they might have shrunk it down for sure. Because look at his punch. Look at King Kong's punch. It looks like it's gonna punch him right in the face. And if Godzilla was super tall, you'd have to get King Kong a ladder.
Yeah. Well, they did make a point in Skull Island to say that Kong was still young and that he was growing still.
Right.
So we don't know how the size comparison is actually going to be. So
yeah, I don't know, man. This image just looks really cool. I'm hyped just from this first image. Looks
cool.
Man, there's another image somewhere. Go ahead, Andy.
The producers did say that there is going to be a definite winner between the two when they fight. It's not going to be this whole, oh, it's ambiguous and you could interpret it any other way and all this stuff. There's going to be a definite Kong won or Godzilla won. My guess is they're probably going to make it Godzilla, but I would prefer Kong. I'm a King Kong fan.
Yeah. I like the imagery that I just saw. It gets me excited for it. It just sucks we have to wait a whole year for it. And I don't know. I think they're gonna do this in a movie. I'm not sure. It's an idea of mine where I have to see them, and I know you're gonna be like, Alan, heck no. But if I saw this, I'd be okay with it. If they did a team up, like, because I heard they're supposed to have that 3-headed one supposed to be like the main antagonist to start. So maybe and I think they're gonna tag team that. So they're gonna partner up, and then when they kill that crazy thing, it's going to be them two fighting each other, which I think is cool. That means we get more fights with the monsters. I think that'll be fun.
Hey, Elijah.
Hey,
Yeah,
Elijah.
I actually wouldn't mind that. That sounds like a good kind of plot for the movie. A little formulaic because that would be like, oh, everybody can predict that, especially given the
Right.
after credits of King of Monsters. But
yeah, for sure. Yep.
And don't get me wrong, everybody. I love Godzilla. It's just that Godzilla didn't come out till the 50s. That's when he started.
Right.
From Japan, Toho, and all that. But
right.
King Kong started the monster kaiju genre in 1933 with Radio RKO. So
this is why, guys. This is why I have Andy on the show. Andy is a like nerd history guru. So that is why he's on the show with me.
Without Godzilla, we wouldn't have King Kong.
If any of you guys if anybody has watched,
without King Kong, we wouldn't have Godzilla.
Yeah, if anybody's ever watched wrestling, he's pretty much the Iron Mike Tenay of wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Because he has all the knowledge and all the greatness. And I know a little bit about movies, but I'm more of that really heavy entertainer. So I'll be the Jim Ross / Tony Schiavone. I'll go down that road. I like those two a lot. You know, it's going to be a Slavanaka. Yeah. Stone Cold. No, I'm kidding. All right. Anyways, that was for you, Dave. We got mega shout outs, man. By the way, I did not eat. You ate my pizza, Elijah. You ate my pizza. We got Lovely Journeys. How are you? Thank you for being here. Again, we got hello, a day. Sissy is there. Letting you guys know that we got a really full chat with people from different countries, man. We got people from Dubai, the Philippines, the UK, some people from the States. So I am really, really thankful for everybody here. Hey, Andy, I don't know if you're able to turn down the volume a little bit more on your end I can hear the feedback just a little bit. If not, you're okay.
On what?
I don't know.
Mic? I can't adjust the volume on my mic.
Let me see something.
Well,
no,
maybe
you're
I
good.
can.
You're good. You're good. I don't hear anything. Yeah, we're good. You're good. Yeah, you're good. Perfect. That's why he's your side. Nah, man. You can have a side. Listen. You can have all the knowledge in the world. You can have Iron Mike Tenay front and center, but you gotta have the entertainer, and that would be me. No pun aside to Andy. Andy's a great guy, a great entertainer, but he is not an extrovert whatsoever. That would be me.
He's actually not the Jim Ross. He's the Jerry the King Lawler.
Oh, I'll take that. Oh, yes. Oh no, I'll give you that. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because Jim Ross.
You're the color commentator, and I'm the play-by-play.
Yeah, because Jim Ross actually to me is both. I think he can play by play, and he knows the he's a color commentator too. He can be both, and so that's why he's the well-rounded. One of these days I'll get there, Andy. I'll do that, but right now I'll take Jerry King Lawler. Did you see all the women he got? Oh my God, all the come on, Jerry King. That's more for me for sure. Or King Booker. Yeah, the 5-time champ. 5-time. If I had room, I'd do a spinning Rooney. Oh, man. We got Texas in the house. That's right. We got some Texas action is in the hair. Hold on. David said, so court jester. Man, okay. Okay, here he goes. Dave got jokes. All right, move. Yeah. All right, go to the next one now, Andy. I was looking forward to this next one, my friend. And this was no. It's his Tenet.
Oh, okay.
And Tenet is my boy, Robert Pattinson. Some Pattinson bat action, type of deal. This was supposed to come out July 17th, then moved to August 7th. But now I heard again it's going to move to indefinite now. It's going to be indefinite. And it looks like you have John David Washington, Robert Pattinson, Elizabeth Debicki, Kenneth Barragan, if I'm saying the name wrong, I'm sorry. Michael Caine, Dimple Kapadia, Clemens Posey, Martin Donovan, Himish Patel, and Aaron Taylor Johnson. So it's a huge cast, man. Huge cast.
And this is the new Christopher Nolan one, right?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it looks good. It looks really cool. I loved Inception. It was really crazy. And I expect nothing the less of this movie being crazy, if not crazier. And it's going to be cool. I mean, my God, look at the poster. Look at this one more time. You can tell it's going to be off the wall. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. I'm excited for this, man. Is this something you're looking forward to, Andy?
Yeah. I've liked Christopher Nolan's crazy movies. I liked Inception a lot. It really makes you kind of think. It's got that kind of Twilight Zone, really, what is reality kind of thing.
Right.
Take kind of thing. Way more so than The Matrix ever did. The Matrix was really cool because it makes you kind of wonder, what is reality, and blurs the lines between virtual reality and reality and the computer and all that stuff. But Inception really puts you in the hands of the dream, and it's like, well, in that world, and that was really cool.
Yeah. If you were on some serious acid or some drugs, you would lose your mind in that movie completely. You would think it's real. You would think it's real. You would actually think that the movie theater, if you watched it in theater, you would imagine that the movie theater was moving. So yeah.
Oh, and the
it's
cool
crazy.
thing about that is those were all practical sets too. They built those to
really
move like that. Yeah, they built
that
a lot of
awesome.
those sets to do that. It was like a Disneyland ride or something like that. So when you see Leo walking on the walls and the whole room is turning, that's actually happening.
So Leo's turning too on a wire?
No, he's not turning when he's
when,
in that scene where he's walking on the walls and the room is turning and he's walking, and that's actually happening.
That's so cool. Yeah. Like I said, sometimes, it's movie magic is incredible. And as a filmmaker, I'm always trying to find different ways and new ways, but I know that you could do so many things through CGI. It's just, do you have the money? If you have the money to do it, you know what I mean? And so that's amazing. Guys, I want to say there are 15 to 20 people in the chat. It's going back and forth. So thank you guys so much. This is the biggest Fireline Live has been. Give yourselves a hand clap tonight or today. Andy, let me see some hand clapping, man. Give me some love, big dog. There you go. There you go. And we still got Dave. There is an idea. There's an idea. There you go. Have me hanging sideways. All right. So Tenet, guys, is obviously moving till indefinite now. It's being held. So we don't know when we're going to see it. That's tough.
They're waiting. Those movie execs, they're waiting for the theaters to come back online. And I don't know if it's going to happen. They might just have to say, "Screw it, let's dump it on streaming."
I'm glad you brought that up, Andy. Give me one sec, because they actually talked about this yesterday in a few shows I watched. They said that what do you call it? That the studios are waiting for that, but the movie theaters are saying, "Hey, you might as well take the loss of the money instead of losing it, period. Because if they never open up movie theaters again, they're just wasting money." Which I heard right now, the rumor is, and this is everybody speculating right now, so it's not 100% true, but the rumors right now are speculating that theaters won't open up until next year in 2021, either the spring or summer of next year. And that's AMC, that's Cinemark, that's all the Regals. That's all the big dogs, man. That's all the big dogs.
And even the big dogs, movie theaters in general are having a hard time. They're not profitable by very much. They make their money on concessions.
Well, I'll just say this. If Trolls can do it, and I didn't see the movie, but I heard if Trolls can do it, and they weren't even prepared. This is right before the COVID happened. When Trolls came out, They made over $100 million
just releasing it on Netflix.
Yeah, so they can do it, and trust me, I get it, man. With this movie Tenet, I think why they're waiting is because I'm sure that they, Christopher Nolan, I think is like a George Lucas guy. Pushes the envelopes like a James Cameron, like all these guys, James Wan's, all these great directors. They push the envelope with their movies, so I'm sure they spent all these millions of dollars to make a spectacle that you can only see on the big screen. And so now they're like, well, I'm gonna be honest, Andy, if I have a 100-inch screen TV, 100-inch, that's 30 sizes bigger than mine, right? That's still not a movie theater style. That's still not the, yeah. It's not the movies, yeah.
As much as I like the movie theater style, it could be something of the past,
It could be.
I mean, if you went back in time to the 20s and 30s and you showed them our 65-inch, 55-inch
they lose their minds.
They would lose their minds.
You read my lips. You read my lips. I know, huh? Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
We have our little 14-inch, barely colored TV, and you have a 65-inch TV. What kind of future world baloney do you come from?
and the way they made that run, Andy, is they were circling in the this was how they made it run, or their foot tapping like the Flintstones. The Flintstones, you know what I mean?
and their movie theaters, their screens weren't much bigger than our TVs.
Right. No, agreed. So yeah. I mean, I know nobody, especially now, has this type of money, but I heard you can do a nice movie theater filmed in your home with about 5 seats, which is typically for a good family. You can build one for about a good $4,000 or $5,000, which isn't that bad to say. I have my own movie theater, so if I wanted to invite Andy and Dave and Alan, my friend, and some other guys, family and friends, come over and enjoy the movie, we totally can. You know what I mean? Or watch WrestleMania. I'm kidding. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it'll be good times. You know what's funny? Me and Dave, I don't know if Dave saw this or remembers this or not. Me and Dave went to a movie theater to watch Bound for Glory. And Dave, do you remember that, Dave? Do you remember going to Bound for Glory? I think we watched, I only remember the match of Hogan and Sting, which is, I'm sure you enjoyed that match. Not at all. But I forgot who else was on that card. But we were watching in the front row, and we were looking at each other going, this is pretty cool. If you can't go to a live event, going to a movie theater was pretty cool to watch those events. But, it's not going to happen nowadays. All right, we're going to shift now to some music love. We're going to play a game here with Andy. We're going to stick to the 90s genre. And we're going to play this little game first. It's not really a game. We're just going to guess of the album covers, and then we'll show some music and we can say, if we like them or not. I don't know if you're a big R&B fan or rock fan, alternative fan, punk fan.
Alternative.
There you go. So I guess I'll be talking about the R&B section, but here we go. All right. So here is the game. All right. So Andy Black, let's go to the first one. I'm going to say that's Nirvana.
That's Nirvana.
And that's their first album, I believe, with Teen Spirit. That's not their first album?
It's not their first album.
Oh, okay. Is that their?
That was their most popular album.
There you go.
That was their first album.
Okay. Let's go this. I'm gonna use my arrow. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm gonna use the one with the wings. The lady with the wings. That's also Nirvana. That's Heart Shaped Box album, correct?
No, Heart Shaped Box was on the other one. That one that you're pointing to with the wings. I can't see your thing, but I know which one you're talking about. That is their second. That was the one that came after. The one with the baby, and that one is called In Utero.
Oh, In Utero. But I know, looking at the title on my Google, that heart shaped box is actually on that CD. That one. And then we have
Heart Shaped Box was on the other one.
No, I'm looking at it on my phone right now. It's on there.
Are you?
Yeah.
Is it?
I promise.
Okay. Well,
yeah, I promise.
Then I was mistaken.
No, you're good.
For some reason, I thought Heart Shaped Box was on the
No,
other one.
yeah, it's because it's one of their hits. That's why it's one of the big hits. I think the one with the guy in the mirror. Believe that's Dre. That's Dr. Dre. His first, I think, one of the first 1 or 2 albums there. Dr. Dre.
Which one is that?
That's the one next to the baby with the dollar bill side by side.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know that one.
Yeah, the far right with the lady right there with the hair cool looking and the yellow and orange. That's Lauryn Hill, right there. And then we have, if you look at the one, let's go 4 rows over, 3rd column down. I believe that's Snoop Dogg's album. If you go below,
with the brick wall.
Yeah, and underneath that, I know you know who's that. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
That's the Chili Peppers.
Yeah. And then we got above
Sublime in the very bottom right.
Yeah, Sublime. That's I love them. And then 3rd over from Sublime is Smashing Pumpkins. And then 2 over from Smashing Pumpkins is Radiohead.
Yeah.
And I want to say above that is Metallica Black, the best album ever made on the planet.
No.
Oh, Andy, talk to me. What do you think? What are you thinking?
The best album Metallica ever made was Master of Puppets.
Okay, that's a good album for you, but I mean that's a good album in general. But yes, to you that would be your best. But
it's actually a toss up between Master of Puppets and Injustice for All.
Ooh, both two good ones. Then it looks like the one after that one looks like that could be oh my God, Rage Against the Machines.
The one with the cigar.
No, the one behind it. The one next to it.
With the little black and white star-shaped thing?
Yeah, it kind of...
I actually don't recognize that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know the one up by the baby on the right side is Beck. I believe that's Beck.
Dave. None of them are any good. Not a huge Metallica fan, huh, Dave?
Oh, come on, Dave. Dave needs some help. Well, you know what? Because Dave comes from that old school. Well, hold on. That's because Dave comes from that old school era, man. He loves that old school.
He's a classic rock fan, which actually Metallica is now. Lumped into. Because we're all old men.
All right, so hey, I'm gonna pull up, and then you're gonna say if we like or dislike. So here we go. All right, so we got Lauryn Hill. I like her. She's got some cool songs.
Okay.
Radiohead.
REM.
Yeah, REM. Oh, I should have known that. So I'll go first, and then you can go afterwards. Lauryn Hill, I'm okay with. I like Radiohead. They didn't put a title. I don't know why this one. I like Beck and I like REM. The Low End of Theory and I don't know Tribe Called Quest. They're okay. Go ahead, Andy. What do you think?
See, I like some Radiohead. Beck is okay. REM is hit or miss for me. Lauryn Hill, whatever. They have some good songs, but I wouldn't go out and buy a whole bunch of their albums or nothing. I don't recognize that one in the top right. I don't know what that one is.
Top right. Okay, that would. Yeah, I don't know what that is either. That's weird. Let's go to another one here. We have what is that? Yeah, we got. Let's see. We got man. I only know a couple of these. I know Prodigy. I like Prodigy.
I can do Prodigy all day long.
Oh, Prodigy's cool. Their music is. I mean, I like they have adjusted with the time. They're no Trent Reznor, no Nine Inch Nails, but they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Daft Punk is cool. Moby is all right. He's got a couple good songs. His stuff is more chill. Is that all? Look, hey, Andy, 4 rows over, 3rd one down. Isn't that Pretty Hate Machine by Nine Inch Nails?
No.
That looks like it, though. That cover looks very familiar.
It does look like it, but it's not.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know really anybody else. Oh, my bad. The Chemical Brothers are there. I like them. Yeah. Right above that, yeah.
Some of this other stuff I don't really recognize.
Supposedly these are the top 190 albums is what this is right here.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, I like
Okay.
this now. I love me some Weezer. Love me some No Doubt.
Oh,
Ace of
I love
Base.
that album from
Yeah.
Weezer.
It'll be was it just like Buddy Holly. Oh, look a belly polish. I love it. Yeah, it's good.
Song
Yeah.
about the day the music died. Yeah. Ace of
Yeah.
Base.
I saw the
Uh,
sign. Yeah.
uh,
I only like one Madonna album. One. And that is the one that has her 80s hits. And that's it. Or 80s, 90s hits. That's it. Kylie's
yeah. See,
cool.
I guess I wasn't a popular kid because a lot of this stuff is just like I never got into it. So I
You know
guess
what it is?
I wasn't one of the top
Nah.
100 popular kids.
No, 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 no. Andy had nothing to do with that, brother. I'll tell you what it is. It has to do with like I said, in your world, maybe like okay, so for me, because I liked I was in music at that time. I kind of indulged myself in all types of music, and I
Hmm.
think that's why I like everything or do like everything, and that's okay. You don't have to do that. So I mean, you have your
Yeah.
genre you like, so there's nothing wrong with that, and nothing wrong at all.
Well, I liked all kinds of music too, but when I started
Yeah,
getting into music, I started um, that was when I started listening to older sounds. I started listening to CCR,
yeah,
Eagles, and
yeah. Oh, Eagles. Oh,
the
Eagles.
old
Yeah,
classic rocks and things
yeah,
like that. I started really digging on the Beach Boys, but I
yeah,
also started like getting into industrial. So I started liking Nine Inch Nails. I also started
yeah.
listening to metal. I started getting into Slayer and things like that. So I listened to a lot of things, but those were kind of my go-to things that I liked. So
I know a lot of you thought I had the horns up. No, I had the I love you up, by the way. Nah,
yeah.
So yeah. No, you know what? Andy, there's nothing wrong with that, man. I did that too. I didn't start off. I actually okay, I'm gonna tell a quick story, man. This is very funny. Chaos awaits. My man, it's so good to see you here, man. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. Appreciate you. So here's a little story about the tale. This is crazy. Okay, so when I was dating somebody in junior high, freshman in high school, um, if she's watching ever on this, she's probably gonna kill me because I lied so much because I hated at that time. I hated rap music. I hated it so much. I came up with a story so that way, when me and her together, we didn't have to listen to rap. And so what? And it wasn't just regular rap; it was gangster rap that she liked.
uh,
So this is what I told her. I'm like, man, girl, we cannot listen to that music because I had a tragedy that happened with a friend of mine that got shot and killed during that time. Gangster rap music was playing, and every time I hear it, it just really angers me and fuels me and makes me sad. And she was like, "Okay, baby, we don't got to do that. We don't." Listen. And so I didn't have to play any of that stuff ever. So thank God. But that was a bad lie, though. It was horrible. But
that's horrible. Shame, shame, shame.
I'm waiting for Dave to put right now in the chat. You damn Christians, you all lie. I already know he's gonna put it down already.
Not me.
Hey,
Not me.
we don't lie. We just stretch the truth, or the truth is there by itself. Just letting you know.
Only that one.
Yeah, only that
You know,
one. Only
he's on
that
that
one.
side of me.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Uh, but no, man. I didn't like just a certain music. Like I went from rap to not to hip hop, then to rock to industrial. Andy, if you go back and listen to my older albums, I have like 4 industrial albums. And I was ashamed to put them out because I was like, oh, they're unfinished because I wanted to put lyrics. Because you know how like Nine Inch Nails, Trent Reznor sings over his music, right? Okay. There's a lot of industrial music that has no words. It's just straight
Yeah,
music.
it's just mix. Yeah.
And so for me, I always was discouraged to put that out until these last few years. And if you didn't know, I did release 4 albums on YouTube of my industrial albums. I could not believe it. I was like, let's do it. So you got to check them out, Andy. Let me know what you think. I really do want to know. I want to hear what you think. I did those songs back when I was 17 years old, all those musics. So
Yeah,
if you check them out.
probably, Dave. We're probably gonna burn.
Burn, baby, burn. We on fire. Burn, baby, burn. Yeah, you know, we can do with it, man. This is what it is. I'm gonna throw in some hip hop love real quick. Let's throw that in there. So we got some Mary J. Blige, which was good. TLC. Go chasing waterfalls.
Although I
Um,
did have that Michael Jackson album.
oh, this was a good. This is one of his good albums. I like this. I like that. Yeah, it was good. It had a lot of hits. Another popular favorite from amongst the fans. We got Tony Braxton in the house, Janet Jackson, TLC, Destiny's Child, and Vogue. It's crazy. Right now, if Michael was alive, he'd be making music right now. Granted, he still has albums coming out that he's dead. That's funny. Mary J. Blige is coming out with another album soon. Janet's still working in the music game. You know, Illuminati herself, Miss what's her name? Oh my God, Beyonce is you know, making her music still, not Destiny's Child. Yeah, so it's R. Kelly, the pedophile himself, is there making a comeback. You know, talking about all kinds of stuff. Yeah, he has only like one or two good songs for me. I like a song called "I Wish," very old school song. I wish. Now, Andy, I know we're gonna get to your favorite part of the show, and yeah, you already know it's coming, man. It's coming.
I know it's coming.
Hey, but real quick,
it's coming.
I gotta give a shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Thank you very much for everybody being here. Really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to doing this every single week with you guys and having fun. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna put up the first screen page of it. We have Comic-Con from home. It has actually started today. I don't know if I'm gonna cover today's stuff. I don't know if they're doing the same thing as if they're doing a pre-Comic-Con day and then Comic-Con starts on Thursday. If they do, again, everything is online. And I just want to share with you the dates that they're doing it. It looks like right now Comic-Con is from the 22nd today all the way through the 26th. So it's going to be from your own home. You can live stream. I saw something. It could be on Hulu as well. You can watch this free on Hulu if you have Hulu. And what I'm going to do, depending on if, you know, Andy is available or if he's not or whoever, I know I'm going to cover some stuff throughout the week when I get off work or before I go to work. We're going to show either a trailer, because they're going to drop some trailers, guys. I'm telling you, I believe, Andy, I want to get your thoughts on this. I believe that they're going to drop stuff. I believe they're going to show and go streaming online. They may go, you know what? We were going to do it next year, but we're going to stream it online. Disney Plus, you know, whatever the streaming services are that you can stream on, you know, that they got the rights to. So I think they're going to do that. Andy, are you, what would you like to see by all the movies that you are like, man, I wanted to see this year? What movie would you like to see them announce at Comic-Con? Say, you know what, we're going to push it and we're going to watch it at home so us, the fans, can stop waiting and we can enjoy the movie. Because I'm at that point now. I can care less about the theater. I want to see my Top Gun Maverick. I want to see my Fast and Furious 9. I want to see my whatever it is that's coming out. I want to see it, King Kong versus Godzilla versus King. I want to see it. So which one are you looking to see?
Well, these things have been on hiatus for so long, and I've kind of lost track of what's coming out. So it's like I've kind of given up, you know, and that's kind of sad. But the one that sticks out in my mind is King Kong versus Godzilla, because ever since they hyped that, my big thing is the size difference. I want to see, even if it's just a short little, just we see them coming together and they're gonna go throw a punch or whatever. And even if it's not actual movie footage, it's just a little teaser. I want to see them compared to each other.
Yeah, I think you might. I think we might get that, Andy. I think a lot of people, Comic-Con I'm gonna tell you right now, they're gonna throw everything and the kitchen sink at us at Comic-Con. You know why? Because we're not there. So they're gonna throw. I think every movie we've been wanting to see, they're gonna have a teaser or a trailer or a full-on clip. They're gonna do something, and I would love, Andy, whenever you're free, love to have you come on with me and we can react to it together, review it together. I think it'd be fun, both afternoon or night. It can be whenever you're free. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. And I think if you guys don't know this, hey, what's up, Seth? Good to see you, brother. It's good to see you, brother. I don't know if anybody know this. Everybody thinks it's going to be a really bad experience online. I think people don't understand, and granted, I'm a people person. I love to be around crowds. That's just me. Like if we go to Disneyland, I went with family one time at Disneyland, right? And we had some friends come with us and other people come with us. And a lot of people in that group were mad because we weren't moving in line, or it was too hot, or it was too crazy with the situation, right? Or it was too confined. And for me, that just gives me opportunity to talk to somebody next to me and meet new friends and hang out and talk and you know what I mean? That's what it's all about, the experience of that. Now, that's not for everybody, and that's okay. So I'm not saying, oh, you're wrong for that. No, if you're a person that doesn't like to be talked to, or you don't, you're more of a quiet person and you don't like crowds, that's okay. But for me, I don't mind it. So going there to Comic-Con, I miss that experience of being around everybody, but I can enjoy it watching it at home because now I can do everything and I don't gotta walk. I don't gotta be tired. I'm good. I don't got the heat. I'm good. And they're still gonna sell everything online. They're gonna sell all the merch stuff online still. Like I think Comic-Con is gonna have their own website and you can buy all the booths. I think the booths are going to have stuff online that you can literally go and buy as if you were there at Comic-Con. So you're going to still be able to go in and spend that money virtually.
Well, I have to say that it's not exactly the same.
Oh, of course.
Part of the reason I enjoyed Comic-Con was not the crowds. Okay, I hated the crowds.
Right.
It was way too crowded. They tried to cram way too many people. Inside that convention center.
Yeah.
So, and the lines were atrocious.
Oh yeah.
Even if you wanted to try and do everything, there's no possible way.
Yeah.
You could get maybe 1-2 events, maybe 3 if you really camped and decided not to do anything in the actual convention hall throughout the entire 4-day experience, and that's baloney. But for me, the experience of Comic-Con is going and seeing like the cosplayers and hitting the little booths and things like that. But you're saying you can still buy stuff from the booth and stuff like that, but the problem with that is there's a lot of little independent booths that sell like comic books or niche products and stuff like that. And I don't think they're going to be there. And those are actually the booths that I like to visit because you can find those rare items. Like last time I went to Comic-Con, I found a booth of a person that sold nothing but old Nintendo games, and that was amazing. And it's just like, man, this is like a treasure trove of my freaking childhood right here.
No, correct. Yeah, and I mean,
you're not gonna get that experience online. And taking pictures with all the cosplayers and stuff like that. You're not gonna get that.
And let me reiterate something really quickly. I'm not saying this is going to be like Comic-Con. I'm not saying that because I will say this. Yes, I said I like crowds, but there is a point. I like when there's a crowd that's a good crowd. And when I say good crowd, meaning everybody's there and that's chilling. Not the ones that are like, come on, man, let's get this by. I mean, what you doing? Man, get the heck out of the way. Like, I can't stand that. You better get out my way or I'm going to move you myself. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm going to leave. I'll leave. But so I don't like that. So I do like crowds, but not like a hostile crowd. And then and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I want to wait for 3 hours for something. I can't do that. I'll walk away. Now let's just like to see like one of my favorite of all time. Like if I was to see Jean-Claude Van Damme, I'd wait a whole day for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, like that's different. But But yeah, I mean, and then yes, like you said, we're not going to get a chance to take pictures. It's not the same without taking pictures. It's not the same with going and visiting with each station, and they got little stuff that you normally don't see all the time. You're not going to be able to see the cosplay now. They will have a cosplay section, I heard, on Comic-Con. Again, it's not going to be the same, but they are going to supposedly do videos of people that dressed up for Comic-Con, so we'll still be able to see the outfits. But again, like you said, it's not the same. It's not the same. And I agree with you. It's not the same. But it's better than nothing. So I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, but the point I was trying to strive towards is that all these trailers and stuff that they're going to drop and stuff like that, they're going to be on the internet anyway. So
right. Yeah.
So whatever. that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, that's
right.
Whatever. I'll be able to see them the next day anyway, because as soon as you drop them on Comic-Con, the next day there's going to be like a million other people posting them. So
yeah. And so that's why what I'm going to do right now, Andy, is when we do stuff, we don't ever have to do it live. Like when I say live, meaning like while it's going on live, like I'll find stuff throughout the day, and then we'll come together, and then we'll just go and review it, because a lot of people can't see it live, even though, okay, people think when you're in quarantine right now that you're just sitting around doing nothing. Now, if you are, when I say this, Andy, I'm not meaning anything towards you or anybody else that does this. But if you're the person that can sit down and you're collecting an EDD check and you're not working or anything, not doing anything at all, like zero, you're just getting money, then yes, you have time. So I don't know if that's a lot of people. For me, I basically still have to work, and I'm on the phone from 8 in the morning until I teach, trying to make sure my business survives, and I do that daily. So I don't have time to watch it live, and so my goal is to just pick certain things here and there, and then we can give it to those people that have my lifestyle, that's still working through in quarantine, 9 to 5 or whatever it is from home. You know what I mean? So yeah, I know a lot of guys are working from home. Okay, now here's the crazy stuff, Andy. While Comic-Con is happening, DC said, you know what? We gonna just let you do your thing, and then on Saturday and Sunday, we gonna do ours. Yeah. Justice Con. See, there you go. Let the hating begin. Justice Con is here, ladies and gentlemen. And Justice Con, look at that imagery right there. We got Aquaman. Oh yeah. We got Cyborg. We got Batman, the Batfleck style. We got Henry Cavill in the black suit style. We got Wonder Woman. We got Cyborg. Yes, is in the house.
You already said Cyborg. That's Flash.
Did I? Is that Flash down there? I got so excited. Is. I'm sorry. Flash. My bad.
Look at the color scheming.
I saw the color scheme, man. I got excited, man. You know why I like Cyborg? Because Cyborg is going to get his just due in this movie. This story for Justice League Snyder Cut, it really bases around, even though it has a lot of arc for Superman and all the other characters, but this is really a huge arc for a man, Cyborg. And I believe that Ray Fisher is going to get his justice, if you will. I'm excited for that. So with that being said, I want to show, it's not a lot what they show here, but this is an idea of what's happening. So I'm going to zoom up on my end, guys. So we have here the injunctions to Comic-Con at 10:30. We got Ton Richmeyer, which is the Ink to the People, 11 a.m. We got a spotlight on Ray Porter. It looks like we have American Foundation for Suicide Prevention at 1:15. Spotlight with Ray Porter was 12 o'clock. We have spotlight on Olivia at 2:45. We got spotlight on Ray Fisher at 4 p.m. And we got spotlight on Zack Snyder, the man himself, at 5:30. And I know this is just part of the day, and also this is not like what they're going to do in between. I'm sure they're going to give a lot of goodness to all the fans, anywhere from, I will say this. Have you heard of the name, oh man, why am I blanking the name right now? She's a lady on YouTube. She does reviewing. Gandalf is her name. Come on, talk to. I know you know. Come on. I'm looking up right now just so I feel bad that I don't have it with me. Hold up. It's on the tip of your tongue. I know it, Andy. Oh
Gandalf's
man.
hot daughter or something like that.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna get it right now because I know the footage that I found it from. Hold up, man. I'm so upset at myself that I don't have it. I'm so sad at myself. History. Here we go. I watched it the other day. Just give me a second. We're gonna go down here. Yeah, come on, let's go. We're gonna keep scrolling. We're gonna keep scrolling. Yeah, we're gonna keep scrolling. Come on. It's just worth it, guys. Trust me. Because I can't give her a shout out and then not know her name, and I'm not doing that. Grace Randolph. That's who it is. Grace Randolph. Grace Randolph. And basically, she did a. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Let me do this really quickly. Here, I'll do this. I'll do this.
Zoom horn.
Do you see her face?
Mm-hmm.
Do you recognize her?
No, actually, I don't. Maybe I
Okay.
haven't seen her. I
Okay.
must be thinking of someone else.
Here, let me do it. Let me do this version. Let me see if this version will help you there. How about that one? That better?
I don't recognize her though.
Okay, well let me give this shout out. Grace Grace, make sure I get the name right again. Grace Randolph, man, I got to give you your props because I know she got a lot of flack, a lot of hate, because she's always on Twitter and she's always with the fans and talking, always being a supporter of DC and always different things, and supporter about good movies and movies in general. And so she got a lot of flack with a lot of different things and tell she's a liar and all these different things. Well, she said, you know what? I'm gonna go get Zack Snyder himself. Zack Snyder has done no interviews. And like, I don't know, however, and she's the first one that got it, and he broke down a lot of things, and he did say in the interview that he will be dropping something for us and many other people, and not just Justice League Snyder Cut stuff, but there's going to be a lot of cool DC stuff happening and stuff they're going to talk about, and so I'm really excited now. Andy, I know you're not in right now because they burned you all this long time. They have put you on the highway to hell, the boom highway to hell. Yeah, they put you on that path, man. And I'm trying to bring you back to the light, bro. I'm trying to bring you back to the light. So with that being said, when you finally get back to the light, Andy, when you get your Kylo Ren moment, right? You get your Kylo Ren moment. When you get that moment, your Luke Skywalker moment, for all my sequel haters out there, my Luke Skywalker moment. Okay, when you get that moment, sir, I would like for you to tell me what would you like to see from DC when they feel like they haven't jacked your reputation up or your feel for the movies. What would you like to see come out from DC? What would that be? If you had, when it's all said, you're like, man, okay, I see the track record. I like DC now. What would you like to see? Here's the sign. Oh, that was a good deep breath. That was a good deep breath. Let it out, Andy. Go ahead.
All right. First of all, I think there's a little bit of a miscommunication about my feelings towards DC.
Please indulge yourself, Andy. The floor is yours, my guy.
I don't hate DC.
I know you don't.
Okay.
I know you don't.
I hate. I don't even really hate it.
You dislike heavily. Dislike.
I'm kind of indifferent to the Snyder DC.
Man. There's a slap action going on, man. There's some slap action.
I don't care. You can do that all you want.
I know.
It started good with Man of Steel. I was actually really on board with it. I liked the direction Man of Steel was headed.
Best comic book unrated movie. Go ahead.
I don't know about that. But then Batman v Superman dropped.
The Ultimate Edition is the only one I watched, just letting you know.
Even with the Ultimate Edition, that extra 30 minutes of footage that they dropped, it did clear up some plot points. It really did. But ultimately, it was still just a mess. And it started to lose me after that. I was like, okay, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Whatever. Maybe they'll clear it up in whatever, in future movies. Even though I don't like that approach to filmmaking. I don't like just, here's a bunch of crap that we're not going to sort out until later. I don't like that.
Right.
That's not good storytelling in my eyes.
I get you.
So then they dropped Suicide Squad. Didn't like that. It was a bland action movie that I really couldn't give a crap about. It wasn't even really that. It was just all the characters in it were boring. It was, I don't know. It just didn't do anything. I mean, when I'm halfway through the movie and I'm more interested in pulling out my iPad and playing on it than watching the rest of the movie, what does that say? I mean, seriously.
That's tough. No, it's good.
When the movie can't hold my interest, I'm just like, I really don't really care what's happening in this movie.
Yeah. No, I agree. I see what you're saying.
Then Justice League came out, or you
can't count that. You can't count that.
Yeah, I can, because
no, you
that
can't.
was the way
no, you can't.
that was.
You can't. I'll tell you that right now. I will argue to anybody on this one. You can't count that because it's not. Like I said, you can't. That movie is not.
Okay.
You can't. That movie's not even a part of that world. That's why it's so different. It doesn't make no damn sense of what that movie was. Zero.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
I'll let you have that.
Fine. That's fine. Go ahead. Next.
I'll let you have that. Okay. But this is why I'm indifferent to it. I saw Wonder Woman. I really enjoyed that.
Here you go.
Shazam. I actually really enjoyed that.
Aquaman.
Aquaman was pretty good.
Yeah.
Joker I saw and I really liked that. But
my God.
But that's not actually part of the DC.
Not yet. Like, not yet.
I don't want to hear this not yet.
I know you don't want to hear it, but I'm just saying, like, they are going to do that, Andy. I'm just telling you, giving that heads up. Now, I'm not going to say they're going to connect everything together. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when they introduce the actual Flashpoint, and they do, which they kind of did already in the CW, but when they really introduce the Flashpoint, where you can have the '89 Batman, Michael Keaton, or you can have this Joker over here, they're going to be able to pull any kind of Joker, any movie, and you'll be able to transfer. Now, I'm not saying that it's 100% going to do that, but I like to know that it's in this big, gigantic world we live in, that in another Earth somewhere, there's that Joker. Joaquin Joker Phoenix is in our world of whatever it is that we're doing. I think that's amazing. I don't think, like,
I prefer to think of it as a standalone.
That's fine. It can be.
Thing.
It can be. So let me ask you this.
So let me have it like that.
Well, let me ask you this. So you mean to tell me if they did its own universe with that Joker, that Joker, and they added a brand new Batman, not even Robert Pattinson, a different Batman, a different Superman, and it was in that Christopher Nolan universe, like the Dark Knight trilogy style, right? Would you like that?
Yeah.
Well, that's
okay with that.
And that's what I'm saying. But why is it so hard if I was to say, okay, well, they're just going to now say that's part of the multiverse. That's all I'm saying. Why I'm excited about it, that they can. So it's not its own. It's its own thing, but then it's not its own thing. That means if out of the blue.
If you're just making it too complicated, because now you're saying
now
we're getting into this whole other thing. Don't.
No. Let me ask you a question. Who would you like to have play Batman right now? Who would you like to have play Batman right now? If you had a choice, you would like to see on camera.
If I had a choice,
give it to me.
Well, which movie am I sticking him in?
I don't know. I want you to pick a brand new Batman that never played the role, that you're like, man, this guy deserves to play Batman. He should have it. I have one in mind, but what do you? I want one that you like, because I want to show you what I'm talking about.
I haven't given that much thought to it.
I'll give you one. Have you heard of Scott Adkins? You heard of Scott Adkins, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Scott Adkins actually did a thing online about playing Batman. So we'll use him for a second because I think he'd make a great Bruce Wayne / Batman. So,
Okay.
so let me say this. So let's say they make a brand new movie for Batman.
Okay.
Brand new. Okay. And they did a few movies, right? They did a few movies. They have characters here and they're coming in. They got their own universe. And then all of a sudden, let's say in DC, the DC universe, whatever, they have this big, I'm not going to use crisis because that sounds, like I'm punting that in, but some kind of big worldly event that needs effing 5 Batmans. So you mean to tell me you would not like to see Ben Affleck, Scott Adkins, Robert Pattinson, Michael Keaton's Batman all in one big ass screen for one movie? Oh, hell no. I would see, and that's fine with me. If you don't like that, that's fine. But I'm saying for guys like myself that just in love all the characters, but we can't see them all together. I did it. Okay. Did I say do it every movie? No, I said one special movie. Like, for example, like the Avengers, right? The Avengers Endgame. You had everybody and their mamas in that freaking movie.
It's not the same, though.
Why is it not the same?
Because that wasn't a multiverse event. It wasn't like let's pull bunches of Tony Starks together.
All I'm saying is that DC is lining. They're finally getting, I believe, the plan. I'm not saying they're going to come out with it tomorrow. I'm saying in 10 years from now, when they have all these different franchises of this world over here, this world over here, this world over here, this world over here, and they all have their own Batman, Superman, whatever they want. That way the continuity doesn't have to be the same. If you like Earth 99's version, I like 89's version, Dave Ignowski likes the 76 version, then it's okay to me after that 10 years of a run, they go, you know what, guys? We're going to do one ultimate movie. Maybe it might be DC versus Marvel. And you're going to need 3 Batmans and 3 Supermans and 3 Flashes and 3, you know what I'm saying, to take on the Avenger, all the freaking Thanos and all the crazy people over here. You see them, or Galactus. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I think that would be a freaking epic movie. I didn't say do it every single time and connect.
I know you're not saying that. I know you're not saying that.
Yeah, but I don't know. So if you don't like that, that's okay. To me, again, I just love the spectacle. I love the films. There are some stuff, yes, I do like them, but let me make sure I explain this, Andy. Suicide Squad, it's not the greatest movie. I had fun with it though. I understand the gripes. I understand the gripes that you're saying for sure. Same thing with Batman v Superman. As a person that knows the storyline, and same with Willie. Willie doesn't like it, and that's fine. I agree. But for me, just as a person that's a casual fan that loves, the characters of what I see on screen, it's a great sequel to Man of Steel, the Ultimate Edition, because it fleshes a lot of things out. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that was put in that theatrical track that I was like, okay, I didn't understand why certain things were happening. Even myself was thinking that. What is the other one you said? Aquaman. I enjoyed that movie. Shazam was great. I wish they could have got that Henry Cavill appearance at the end, but it wasn't. It's fine. Wonder Woman was a freaking amazing. You know what I mean? And here's what people forget about the entire thing about Zack Snyder. Everyone's like, oh, he only just did those 2 movies. He was a producer for all the other ones that you all liked. And so guess what? He had. I'm talking not just you, Andy. I'm talking to everybody else that's watching that. I know,
but you took like my. You wanted me to give you my thoughts, and then you took it like a personal attack, and now you're like directing it.
No. Hold on. Okay, so let me digress. Hold on, let me digress. I thought you were finished, Andy. I thought you were finished. I am not a person. You know me. I'm not like that. And I told you, I'm a person. If I don't get it out, I forget it. So I apologize to you and to everybody watching. I'm just letting you know that I'm a person that if I don't get my thoughts out quickly, I forget. So with that being said, I somewhat said my piece, and I'm going to now step back for a second. And Andy, please, you may finish your thoughts and whatever you want. I'm just answering what you were kind of saying, and that was it. So I apologize if you feel like I overstepped, even though it's
I didn't feel like you overstepped. You just you kind of redirected everything. I was just saying that I enjoyed Joker and that I'm glad that it was a standalone, and then you turned it into this whole thing
I'm
about
sorry.
the multiverse, and I
Because I asked one question, and yes, I did. And I'll be honest, I did. Again, I'm trying to understand your answer when you say the word no, and I kind of know I know a little bit why you say no, because you don't want things to interconnect. Everything doesn't have to interconnect, and I get that. But what I'm saying is there's a lot of people that say that, and it's like you. And I'm not meaning you, but people that say no, they don't have a reason. They just go because I don't want it. And to me, I think that's not fair. It's like a person saying when they want to watch a movie. Oh, I'm sorry. They say a movie sucks when they haven't seen the movie yet. Like I can't stand
no,
that. And you know what I'm saying? Like I'm using it as an example. Like I don't
yeah,
like that when people do that. Like when you say no to me, you give me a reason, and that's okay, and I can respect that reason. But there's a lot of people that say no, and then they just go because I just don't want to, I just don't like it. And I'm like, well, what the heck you don't like? You don't even know what it is, you know? But go ahead, Eddie. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I kind of lost track of where I was going now.
Joker. You like Joker movie?
I like the Joker movie.
Birds of Prey. I think it's the only one that's after that.
I haven't seen that one, so
okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. So, and I think that's it. The Snyder Cut. My thoughts is that the Snyder Cut, even though it might clear up what BVS did, I don't think, or it might clear up the story points that BVS laid out. I don't think it can repair the storytelling damage it kind of did to me. You know, even when we watch the extended version, okay, this is also how I kind of gauge it. It's like me and Carrie went and saw BVS in the theater, and halfway through the movie, she leaned over to me and was like, "What is going on? I don't understand any of this." She's like, "I know who these people are, but I don't understand any of this." Especially when Flash showed up for the Flashpoint. When we saw the big Omega symbol for, oh, by the way, spoilers if you haven't seen it. When the Omega symbol showed up after the Parademon for the Mad Max Bat Dream,
Yeah.
You know, when all that stuff started happening, Carrie leaned over to me and was like, "I don't understand any of this. What is this? I don't get it. This doesn't make any sense at all."
Right.
You know, and that stuff is in the Ultimate Edition, and she still doesn't understand any of it. I had to explain to her what all that stuff meant because only comic fans know what that stuff means, and that's poor storytelling. If you
hold on, but I'm not a comic. I mean, when I say I'm a comic book fan, I am, but I have never read that storyline of that movie. And what I'm saying is, I understood it. I understood it a little bit in the movie in the theater because I saw it in theater too. But when I watched the Ultimate Edition, it really, for me, I understood that fully, completely. But like I said, I only threw that in there just to say, you know, it may be poor storytelling for every, you know, like I said, different people for different things. You know what I mean? So go ahead. Sorry, here you go.
But you can't rely on people's knowledge, whether it be a tiny bit or a super nerd, to fill in these gaps if you're trying to appeal to what I'm trying to say is you can't make a comic book movie for the comic book nerds.
Right.
You can't do that. It has to appeal to the mass market.
Right.
Like when you first watch Iron Man 2008, the first Iron Man movie, everything made sense. When Yusef, I forget his actual name.
Oh, I have to rewatch that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, but when he made the electromagnet for Tony Stark's heart and why he put it in there, he explained it. You understood why it was there and why Tony Stark needed to upgrade the electromagnet to an arc reactor and all this stuff. It all made sense. You didn't need to read any of the Iron Man comics to understand why that was necessary.
Wow. That's crazy because, like I said, when I watched the theatrical, I understood most of the storyline. There were certain pieces that I was a little bit confused because they had to cut. Like I said, they cut a lot of the scenes shorter. But but when I watched it, like I didn't get that vibe. Like I was able to, like if we went through scene by scene, I'd like to you and I watched it, just you and I out of the blue, we just watched it. I could tell you each why that happened. I can literally do that for the entire movie.
But that's because you have a general understanding of the characters, because you have watched kind of, but that's all you need is kind of. But somebody who has no comic knowledge going into Batman v Superman is going to be like, why is that guy appearing out of nowhere?
Well, I'll be the same way if I went to Marvel. If I went to Marvel, do the same thing. If let's say I didn't know any of those characters that I watched, whether it be Marvel or DC, if I watched and I didn't know a character, I already know I would have, you know what I mean? It's going to be hard.
But they explain it within the movie. Like, they offer no explanation for any of the stuff in Batman v Superman. Why is Batman having this dream about a Mad Max world with all these grasshopper people and there's a big Omega symbol? What does that mean?
It means a few things. I mean, I know number one that when and this is going to be out there, of course, you know, when you talking about the Flash part coming in, or you talking about the Omega symbol part?
The Omega symbol.
Okay, so the dream part.
I know what it means, but
right. Okay, but well, not the Omega symbol. You mean the scene itself? What that scene meant, or you meant the symbol itself? Because I know you know what the symbol means, but I mean the scene itself.
I know what the whole thing means.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. Like I somewhat have an idea of what that is, and I think that's what everybody kind of really got upset about was he didn't answer a lot of questions that were supposed to be answered in that movie. And it's like, okay, you know how everybody was like, okay, why don't we do Marvel? When Marvel does their films, everybody says this. Oh, when they do Marvel films, they drop nuggets, right, for the next movie, right? Hold on. I want to give a big shout out to Furious, the Hot Channel. Thank you so much for being here. I know that you're here, and I appreciate you coming here. Thank you so much for being here. And Caitlin Scope, thank you as well. So like Marvel fans and people that love those type of style movies says, man, DC don't drop no nuggets. They don't do anything. And so for me, even though it's not a post-credit scene, Zach was trying to put these little nuggets in for his upcoming movie. That's why I said that no one ever got a chance. Zach said it to this day. I truly believe him when he said this. He said that he has not watched the movie Justice League yet. I feel like, and I know why, because it's like almost like a slap in the face to him, because he did say, from hearing from everybody that's said what they've seen, he said there's maybe 10% of the movie in that. So there's 90% of a movie that's not even there. So with that being said, we're gonna see why Batman had that vision, why he had the Flash came in and said, hey, Lois is the key, you can't trust him. We're going to see more of Flash's even backstory a little bit. We're going to see more of Cyborg, of the relationship of even his mother and father and the whole thing. We're going to see Superman's arc. And everybody, by the way, is going to be so mad because everybody wants their blue superhero Superman. That's already been somewhat spoiled. They're going to get the evil Superman in this movie. We're going to see him go against Justice League the way it was supposed to be. We're supposed to see him go resurrect the way it was supposed to be, like how Zach wanted it. So it's going to be a whole new movie. And so that's when you said Batman v Superman, when you're watching it, even during the movie, we're like, what's all this happening? I feel like Zach was trying to pull a little page from Marvel and said, okay, we're going to drop little nuggets in the film, but we're not going to answer it to the next movie. But he never got a chance to do that. And so everybody took it for what it is. And that's why I hate with seasons. Like, remember you told me, you're like, hey, Heroes is going to have a little bit of a closing ending. It won't leave it as a full cliffhanger, but a little bit of a, like, I'm excited for that. I would be so mad right now because I'm so invested in that show, Heroes. Like, I'm so sad that it's done. So now I'm at season 4 right now. And so when I get done with season 4, I'm sad because now I don't have a chance to finish it. So my point is it kind of sucks when someone doesn't get a chance to finish their vision, is I guess what I'm saying. So for you, I mean, I don't know if that even helps you may like it or not, or, you know?
No, because it doesn't explain the motive for it.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I'm fine with DC doing their own thing, and I'm fine with Zack Snyder dropping nuggets, but what he does is Batman has this dream, and then they just completely gloss over it. He doesn't mention it. He doesn't say, "This is why I'm doing what I'm doing." He doesn't go to Alfred and say, "I had this terrible dream that Superman turned into this freaking space Nazi and wanted to kill all these guys." He doesn't mention it again. It's just this random dream sequence in the middle of the movie that happens.
He does say it to Wonder Woman, but he doesn't talk about Superman. He talks about the dream itself, not to Wonder Woman, though. I mean, he says to Wonder Woman, but he doesn't talk about Superman. He talks about the dream itself, but not the Superman one. He only talks about the Omega sign and the parademon stuff. He talks about that for like a brief 1 or 2 sentences, but that's it. Superman, he doesn't mention crap. Yeah, he doesn't talk about nothing about Superman. Yeah.
But that's the thing is that's why it's like that's why it doesn't make any sense. If he just mentions it to somebody like Alfred, he talks to they just have a little scene, and he says, I mean, I know he mentions Superman to Alfred and says, but you don't need the dream sequence for that because the whole movie is based around that whole. If it's just 1%, that whole motive why he wants to kick the crap out of Superman.
Yeah.
But if that scene had been tied to the dream sequence, then that whole thing would have made so much more sense. And then he could have answered his whole parademon and the Omega symbol thing in Justice League.
Right.
But if he had just said to Alfred, look, I had this terrible dream, okay? And there were these like evil grasshopper people that took over the world, and I was like the last guy left to stand against Superman. Superman had become Space Hitler, and he was killing people. And that is why, there's this 1% chance that he could become the bad guy, and that's why I need to stop him. Then it would have been like, boom. That's all the justification he needs. He doesn't need to explain the nugget. He just needs to explain tie his motive to the dream. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the dream sequence is just there.
Yeah,
and that's why Marvel's nuggets are brilliant, because they're not in the movie, so they don't feel so jarring. They're placed in the credits, so it's just like this it's like opening a fortune cookie, and it's like, oh,
right. Yeah, I think the problem too with not with Zach himself, but his filmmaking. He's a very visual person, and I think that's one reason why his movies are so long or even explained visually, because he explains it. He tries to explain it visually. Is that me or you? I think that's us. I think that's me. I don't know. I heard a big old rumbling noise. Sorry.
I've got cars going down my street.
Okay, no worries. But no, I now that, like, listening, even just in a second in my own head listening, it's like Zach is that visual director, so he's gonna tell his story visually more than verbally. And I think in Marvel you get these directors that almost can do both, or that can really good writers that can write it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have to use 100% on visuals, if you know what I'm saying. So for a perfect example, like, I'll use James Wan, for example. I think James Wan did a mixture of both. He did a mixture of great visuals, but he also was able to tell a great story with the wording and written a certain way. Same thing with Wonder Woman. I think that's why those two did a very versatile liking for everybody. I think not versatile. What's in the word, Andy? More rounded, well received. Was because it was not just visual. It had both what you're saying, the meaning behind it, with the words better. And those movies are 2 hours and 25 minutes, not super long. I mean, they're long, but not a 3-hour movie. And that's the thing with Zach. I heard, a lot of his movies could be 3 to 4 hours long. You know what I mean? Like, his full Justice League movie that he's talking about, that he's going on HBO Max, is like 4.5 hours, 5 hours long. It's huge. It's like, it's nuts to get. I guess, I don't know if he's, if that was the runtime he was trying to shoot for the theater and say, hey, we're going to do a 2-parter. I don't know, because that was originally the plot. That
was the original plan.
Yeah. So I don't know. I I just look. If I think between everything, with life itself, man, movies are just meant to escape your problems for the day. So
Yeah.
that's, I guess, why I get so passionate, Andy, is it's not about I want to try to make you believe or fight for whatever. Like I just passionate about what I love, and so when I get that way, it's not that I'm trying to persuade you. I just get passionate about what I love, and then I like to just say whatever it is, and then I just I just want to be able to enjoy a movie. You know what I mean? Without somebody or anyone saying, "Oh, well, this is why I don't like it, so now you gotta not like it." And I'm not saying you're doing that to me. I know you could care less if I like it or not. Just like I could care less if you don't like it or not either. Like if you don't like it, that's fine. You know what I mean? It's your opinion. But I'm just saying, like it's just a joy when I love to watch movies. I get joy to watching everything so I can escape. Just like with you, I'm sure when you watch it with your wife or movies with your wife, you like to escape when you're watching a movie. You know what I mean? That's what they're for. And so for me, that's why I don't overly critique any movie, because I'm a person that just wants to enjoy it. I don't try to, and I'm not saying also in it you're not looking that you look for any bad. Like I know
No.
you don't do that. Like I don't
I
do it
actually
either.
don't, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's just like,
Yeah.
sometimes I'm just sitting there and it's just like, wait a minute. I'm trying to escape, but it pulls me back into reality, because it's like, wait a minute, this don't make no damn sense.
Yeah. And it happens, man. And you know what's so funny, Andy, is Andy, you and I, we actually, for the most part, we like somewhat of the same movies. There are obviously some that you probably disliked, and same thing that I, vice versa with you. But for the most part, we like somewhat the same stuff. So, and maybe because of different reasons too. Like, you know what I mean? Like you might like the movies because just a specific story. Like you might just like the story and character development. For me, it could be just a gigantic spectacle, on some movies. Some I don't mind where it's just very small and it's intimate and it's just about one or two characters have a great story arc. I love those. You know what I mean? Like I love both kinds of film, I guess you want to call that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, so I guess, hopefully DC can, do the right things. And I know you're a fan of DC itself, meaning DC
Oh, yeah.
as a whole. So I know
If I wasn't, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know all the stuff I know about what they're trying to achieve with their characters. It's like, okay, I know what they're going. I know what the grasshopper people are, and I know what the Omega symbol is. I know what that heralds.
Right. Yeah. I just I hope that DC can, not just with you, but with many fans that are jumping ship or upset, that will be able to course correct and get you guys on board again as fans. I know Star Wars are doing the same thing for their hardcore fans. I call it the hardcore toxic fans. But I hope Star Wars can do the same thing too, because like me and you agree on Star Wars. Like you like, and of course you have your ranking, but you like pretty much all the Star Wars movies. I am the same way. I don't hate any of the Star Wars movies. I don't dislike any of them. There are some I like more than others, but I like the whole thing as a whole. So
I like it
as a whole.
But there's some of them that I'm just kind of like.
Which one did you cringe? I want to know if we're on the same page. Which one did you cringe on? Talk to me.
Well, actually, okay. Let me reiterate. There are a couple caveats to liking the whole thing. There are 3 that I do not like.
Oh, snap. I didn't know that. Go ahead, Andy.
The holiday special.
Oh, okay. Now we agree. Yes, that's agreed.
Ewok, Caravan of Courage.
It's I.
Ewoks, Battle for Endor.
It's
Those
I.
can all just go.
It's I.
Those can all go away.
That's good. Okay, so hold on, and you had me scared for a second, because I already knew that. I meant the saga stuff. The saga and the spin-off.
The one that I cringe at is Attack of the Clones.
Okay, see, we're on the same page. That's the same one I cringe to. And
because
not in a bad way.
Lucas can't write a romance to save his life.
Hey, the man tried.
I'm sorry, Lucas. I love you, man, but that
The man
romance
tribe.
between Anakin and Padme is just like, ugh. Anakin comes off as a pedophile creeper in that. And it's just like,
Hey,
God, man.
hey, hey,
Padme, you need a restraining order.
hey. Hey, right now I'm doing this look right now, Andy. I'm looking at you funny. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Ooh, go away.
Hey, wait, the best part was when he was doing this with the knife, and he was looking at it with that.
Yeah. Like if you don't give me what I want, you're gonna wind up in my dungeon.
It'd be
Okay.
50 Shades of
Whoa.
Anakin. Hey, 50 Shades of Anakin. That's what it would have been, Jack. Oh,
50 shades of the dark side.
somebody's to make that. Somebody's to make that, Andy, not us, because we good Christian.
I'm pretty sure the porn industry has already jumped on that.
Andy, we're good Christian boys. We can't write that movie, but it should be written. I'm just letting you know right now. So see, me and Andy, man, we're on the same page with a lot of different things with that. And so yeah, I agree. I think that movie was okay. It's the least out of my group. I did like some of the stuff in it, but yeah, there was just a lot of stuff. It was I never fall asleep in a movie that much. That was just like super late watching it. But that one, I kind of was just like, because I saw that in the theaters at like 12 a.m., 1 a.m. in the morning when they had pre-screenings. I saw that back in Thousand Oaks. I saw that. I went after work, and I was working in Thousand Oaks at the time, and I went over to the theater and watched it. And yeah, I liked it, but I was just like, sigh, you know.
Dave, is that the one that you cringe at, or is that the one you like the most?
I'm not seeing that. Where's he at, man? I don't see it. Where do you see that?
He just posted Empire Strikes Back for me.
Oh,
LOL.
I haven't seen the why he's not. I can't see his chat. That's weird.
Yeah.
So what did he say?
Empire Strikes Back for me. LOL. I'm thinking
Wow.
that's the one that he cringes at.
That's Dave, why? Dave, can you just type why, brother?
That's usually everybody's favorite.
Next to that and Jedi. That's usually the two tops.
No, it's usually that one and A New Hope. So yeah.
Oh, see, I get the opposite. I rarely get New Hope. I get usually Jedi. Oh, you mean for not good?
No, for the top two. Like
top
the most
two.
Favorite.
I usually for my end, for all my family and friends and on internet, I always get Jedi and Empire. I hardly get New Hope. That's crazy. Yeah. Thank you for being here, Furious. I appreciate you. I don't know if you know what we're talking about, but yeah, Empire Strikes Back for me. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Hey, Dave, can you type out why that's your least favorite or like cringing moment? That's crazy to me. Wow.
10-1 says it's because of the Yoda puppet. He doesn't like Yoda.
No, I think one of his favorite characters is Yoda. If I remember him talking about it. I could be wrong though. It might. You know what? I don't know what it could be. Maybe. Oh, he cringed at. Okay, but I'm gonna put why. And Dave, why? Dave, why? As I can't spell why. To make my Filipino fans happy, I'm gonna say it in Tagalog. There you go. So he said, cringe at. I said, Dave, why? And then I did it in Filipino style, Dave Bucket, which means why in Tagalog. There you go. We're learning my language, Andy. We're getting it down, brother. We're gonna try.
All right.
We're gonna try. It's gonna be hard as heck though.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine. One of the some interesting movie trivia for you though.
Go ahead.
Talking about Empire Strikes Back. In Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade.
Okay.
The main bad guy, Walter Donovan. He is the same actor who plays General Veers in Empire Strikes Back. But there is also
Wow.
another actor from Empire Strikes Back who plays a bad guy in The Last Crusade. The guy who plays Admiral Ozzel in Empire Strikes Back plays Adolf Hitler in
What?
in Last Crusade. Yep.
That's crazy, man. He said, okay, oh, you were right, brother. He said, I did Yoda, but the Dagobah stuff didn't work for me. Oh, wow. I actually liked all the Dagobah stuff.
He didn't like the training sequences. Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. For me, George back in the day was limited on what he did. You know what I mean? So it was very, and even the style, I think my man, what's his name? Actually, the Russo brothers are doing some cool things right now. They got a chance to do a interview with Mark Hamill about The Empire Strikes Back. You should go check that out, Andy. I think you'll enjoy that, them talking with each other. And he mentions and says that in Empire, like, they really kind of did the part where when they did the lightsaber battle, it was really of the old school knight type of, it could be even fencing, that style of fighting. So when he said he saw the prequels and they're going crazy, he was like, oh my God. He was like, that was never us. That was ours was this particular thing. And then the way they trained and the way the sets were, it was kind of hard to do a certain thing. So I don't know. For me, I can go back and go, when I watch it and go, you know what? That was at a time that maybe they couldn't do certain things. And if you notice, the ones that did try doing certain things, it looked really cheesy or horrible. So I'm kind of glad George kind of knew what box he was in and went to the limit on the box and didn't try to go above and look like an idiot. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense what I'm saying. But like, he pushed the envelope, but he didn't push it enough to where he looked like he didn't know what he was doing.
No, that's not what he was trying to do with the fencing and the duels and stuff like that. He was modeling his lightsaber duels after like samurai movies and stuff like that. And if you watch like samurai movies and stuff, they aren't all like that.
Right.
They wait for their opportune moment, and then it's one or two strikes, and then that's what they do. And that's the way he modeled it. He modeled it that way on purpose. And I found that much more believable than the prequels and how they were flying around and dancing and like that. Because in a real sword fight, not to bring realism into it or anything like that, but in a real sword fight, you're trying to kill the other person. You're not trying to flow around and do all these dance moves and stuff like that. So you want to be ready to defend when somebody tries to chop your head off with a laser sword. So if you're flailing around like an idiot, you're not going to be ready to defend when somebody brings in that killing blow.
Right. Right. No, agree. And yeah, thank you, Helen Kelly, for coming. It's good to see you.
Yes. Hi, Helen.
Always a pleasure. And bam. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, like I said, with the whole Star Wars thing, I know for the most part we like the same, and we dislike the same as far as movie titles go. But reason why we dislike will be a little bit different, but have our own, which is fine. That's why movies are so great. Is because they're supposed to be subjective to anybody, and everybody's supposed to get a different interpretation. I will say this though. I did lose a lot of respect for my boy. I already lost a lot of respect for some of the stuff I heard, but I didn't really hear it until I heard him say it in his mouth. And I hope it wasn't an altered video. But I heard Ryan Johnson say this in an interview, man. This drove me crazy when I heard this, because I'm like, there's no logic to what he said. No logic. So I can see why people were jumping on him so hatefully like this. He was genuinely saying like this. He's like, yeah, you know what? When you want to make a good movie, you just don't make a good movie. You need to make a movie that is separated with the audience. Meaning, you need to have a movie that people like, and a movie that people dislike. And you need to give that to both worlds. That way, when you leave the movie theater, you can have something to talk about. And so I think having a divisive film is the best film to go, not having a good film. I'm like, what did you just say? Are you that dumb? I'm like, our goal as a film artist is to make the best film possible for all fans. Not to go, oh, I want to make a good film for some people, but then I'm going to want to make a horrible film so people that don't like it here, that they'll like it over here, and then hopefully they're going to have a fight and debate about it for the next 15 years and kill the franchise. That's basically what he said in a nutshell.
That's stupid.
I just wanted to slap the screen, Andy. That's crazy to me. That's what he said. If you think I know you don't believe I'm lying, but just for the heck of it, Andy, just Google that for fun. just type in that like an interview. Type in interview with oh my God, Ryan Johnson, Mr. Crazy himself, and you might find it. But let me hear it. I want to hear your thoughts on that. What do you think of a director truly saying that? That's crazy.
That's pretty nuts. I mean, why on earth would you do that? That's
wrap your brain around that, Andy.
I would, as an artist, I would never try to divide my audience.
Yep. So now for me, I have to say The Last Jedi for me is now, I have to say, the bottom of the list for me because of that. Because knowing that he directly said, basically, and he said it in that without saying the word, he sabotaged that movie. He basically said to all the Star Wars fans, hey, here's the middle finger, Stone Cold style. That was my fourth finger, by the way. That's tough. I can't look at that movie the same now, knowing that was his intentions. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, that definitely colors the film in a different light.
Oh man,
that's kind of what Brie Larson's comments did for me when I watched Captain Marvel.
And see, and maybe I need to check that out because I never saw anything of that from her. I watched a couple of her interviews on Jimmy Fallon.
She doesn't say it directly about Captain Marvel, but just her attitude in general. Okay. When people said that releases and stuff like that, it really colors you about her, and you're just like, really, you do this on purpose? What is wrong with you?
Yeah, Andy, you're not the only one. I need to go check it out because I've only seen some of her press, but I heard her press is horrible towards what she's trying to create, and I'm like, wow, or representing. I just like, wow, okay, yeah.
If you really want to get an interesting look, watch. There's several videos of it on YouTube where she does press interviews with I forget who she's with. She's with Don Cheadle and is it Jeremy Renner?
Oh yeah, I know Jeremy. Yeah. So yeah.
And their body language speaks miles. It's like they don't even want to be in the same room with her.
Wow.
They're sitting next to her, and she's all happy and playful, and she goes to touch Don Cheadle, and he's like, dude, get away from me! Don't touch me.
And I think it's tough because I don't know. Hopefully, this is kind of bring us into the worldly life talking that will be done. But I will say this, for example, what you just said. Those guys, when they're doing the interview, and I don't know, she could have said something very personal to them, and maybe that really ticked them off. But as a person that is in front of the camera, or however they do it, or whatever, I know it's got to be tough to be able to do that. So, for me, when I'll use. Let's see how I want to word this. Okay. I don't want to get too Christian and stuff like that with certain things. Okay, you know my faith. I don't, with the whole gays and lesbian thing, right? Okay, I know that for me, for my faith and your faith, that's not our thing, right? But we do not hate gays or lesbians. I don't. I know Andy don't. I have a lot of close friends that are gay, and we're friends, and we're friends, right? So when I say this, I'm not meaning this in any derogatory way. So for an example, so if I am interviewing, is his name Zachary Quinton? Is that his name for Heroes? Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you right now. This fool on that show and in as playing Spock and some other things he plays, he is an amazing actor. I love his work. But just because he's gay doesn't mean like I'm gonna stop watching that series. Now, if he does like a completely gay flick by itself, I probably won't watch that per se, but I'll watch his other work. So when Captain Marvel came out and everybody was like, well, I'm not going to watch Captain Marvel because it has this girl in it. I understand why, but like for me, I'll still go watch that movie, even if she's like whatever she is outside. If I want to check out that movie, I'll check it out and then I'll make my assumption of what I want to do with it later. That's fine. But a lot of people can't do that, I guess. I don't know. But
no, I still went and saw it, and I tried to separate myself from it and stuff like that, but it was very difficult just watching her talk to
that's your
watching
favorite.
her talk to people, and yeah, and it's just like, ugh.
Yeah, no, yeah, and who knows? Maybe because I wasn't exposed to it, I may have not have watched it. I'll be honest with you. To all honesty, bro, I haven't rewatched any of the Marvel movies. I have not watched any of the even DC movies, other than maybe once or twice the movies. But like, I don't go back and watch movies multiple times. Now it's something that I like love. A whole like a meaningful movie to me. Like it has to hit you in the heart. Like I'm sure you can watch Lord of the Rings like crazy. Because you love,
I can watch it back to back.
Yeah, nonstop.
Never get tired of it.
Yeah, and I'm the same
of course,
way with
everybody
me.
else will be like, dude, you need to put something else on. Or
No,
I'm
they
go
just
to sleep.
They just fall asleep. But I'm the same way with many of the other, not as a trilogy, but okay, I'll use Fast and Furious. I can watch those back to back and not get tired of it. You know what I mean? That's because you have yours with yours, I have mine with mine, and I guess that's okay. Where's my
Carrie
blue?
and I just recently did an MCU marathon, and we just recently after we did the MCU marathon, we rewatched Endgame, or she rewatched Endgame. I came in at the part where Tony Stark, he has his big moment.
Yeah. Furiously Hot. I'm just letting you know. I'll do all that blue stuff. Maybe we might do it Friday on that stream, because of that one's going to be a little bit more open. So I'm just giving you heads up on that. But guys, we're going to get started to get ready to roll out in a minute. But I just wanted to reiterate a couple things. So yes, we have the Comic-Con happening between now and the 26th and Sunday. The Justice Con is coming Saturday and Sunday, which is the 25th and 26th. I believe I'm going to cover all of Justice Con, try to, and then, of course, here and there do Comic-Con here and there. So get ready to see all the different lives, guys. We're going to be living throughout the whole entire day, evening. Come hang out, come watch the replays. Andy is always a true team player and a buddy, a best friend of mine. He actually lives right near me, and we've known each other for such a long time. And I know we're working on each other to make this thing grow and to make this something big. So Andy and I are just going to keep pushing as we're already taking the right steps forward right now with all the new looks and everything that we're doing. And I really appreciate Andy's intuitive of level of expertise with what he talks about, because he is really very knowledgeable with film and very knowledgeable with movies and actors and actresses and the nerd stuff, if you will, right? The comic world and stuff like that. So I think
not so much actors and actresses anymore. I don't know who's who anymore.
but you love good movies, though, is what I'm saying. You like movies, man. You love movies, and he loves great genres, the 80s and 90s, the older stuff in the 60s and 50s and 60s, because that's where a lot of that stuff starts, man, is you got to remember where all these movies came from. You know, someone showed was it 1939 you said, or 38? Which one was it that did the King Kong? When was the first King Kong?
33.
33. Look at that, man. That's crazy. You know,
RKO Productions, Marion C. Cooper.
Yeah, and then was it? And then 33 for Superman as well. Wasn't 19? Was it 38? No, 38. Which one was Superman?
Superman by Richard Donner?
No, I'm talking about the comic book, actual comic book, and
the first issue of comic. Oh wow, that was during the 40s. It was by a couple Jewish kids.
Yeah. Not Schumacher. Is it? No, not Schumacher. Well, not Schumacher. Wow. Oh my God.
No.
It's the letter. It's the letter S. I know that they're brothers. I know. Oh man.
Schuster,
yes. Schuster Brothers, yeah.
38.
1938, yeah. I don't know why I didn't know that, man. That's crazy. I should get shot. That's my guy.
Siegel and Schuster. Jerry Siegel was the writer and Schuster was the artist. Yeah.
I'm going to give a shout out to really quickly to Furiously Hot. So she has a live coming right now. So Furious Hot, I'm giving you a shout out right now. I will. She's doing a premiere video at 8:30 tonight, but she's in a different state. I believe she's in Texas. I think. So it's like a 2 hours difference in time, 3 hours difference in time. So just go to her channel, Furiously Hot. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull it up right now for you so you guys can see. Before we head out. And let me go ahead and pull up the stream right now. Let me go ahead and go to share screen. And we're going to go here and here and here. And we're going to go here. Andy's favorite stuff to look at. Okay. All right. So here it is right here, guys. You just type in Furiously Hot channel, and it's right here. And here's her channel. So if you guys want to go, she does a lot of cool things. She's very cool, very fun. She does fashion, beauty, foods, lifestyle, fitness, and travel. So definitely go check her out. And right here that she's talking about, it says 10-minute full body workout, back in shape. It premieres tonight at 6:30 p.m. Her time. So I want to say 2 or 3 hours difference. So from here, so we got a few hours here. So just giving you guys heads up there. I do want to give also a shout out to my one of my best friends from school, Robert Banks. I know you know of him, Andy. We talk about him all the time here. And so he is getting back in the YouTube game. And he's a huge fitness guy. He does all kinds of stuff for motivational challenges, speeches. And here's his channel, Robert Banks right here. You just go to Rob's Gym, and then you'll see it. All right. And there you go. So Fiercely Hot, I hope that you saw that. I'm sorry that I didn't make you blue. I'll do that at another time in one of my other lives. And Kaylin Scope, if you could do me a favor, Kaylin Scope, I know you guys are friends. She might have left. Let her know that I did that for her. Okay, she might have left too quickly. All right. Well, guys, as I was saying, it's a pleasure having all of you here. We're going to be doing this again every Wednesday at 1 p.m. We're always going to have new things, making things better and newer, if that makes sense. We're working on a PayPal to put on the channel. So that way, if you want to, give to the channel, you like what you're seeing and you just love to, just want to help give to the channel. And so that way we can make the production better and better when it could be, whether it be short films, whether it be making us look better with better cameras, better mics, whatever you could think of, we're going to use that money towards that. So if you guys love to be a part and just want to help out, we're going to have that PayPal for you and be ready to go with that. So, Andy, can you tell them, I'm going to put the banner up one time so that way they can see all your info one more time. So here it goes, the banner there at the bottom. Andy, can you tell them where they can find you, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Go ahead, brother.
Just my YouTube channel. It's Goblin HQ Incorporated, Inc. for short. It's actually not spelled out Incorporated. It's Inc.
Yeah.
I do start to plan. Do plan to start putting on more content on there. I do reviews for board games and Dungeons and Dragons advice and stuff like that on how to play the game and how to dungeon master and stuff like that. Not just Dungeons and Dragons, for multiple role-playing games and stuff like that.
Right. Well, I will say this, Andy, you just got cut. You just got like frozen.
I just recently put up a little short video done on my phone of a little short unboxing of the expansion to Lord of the Rings, Journeys of Middle Earth. It's a recent expansion I got for a board game I own, so you can go over there and check that out, see what's in that box.
Gotcha. Well, I got an offer for you. I'm going to ask it live right here, and you don't have to give me the answer now, Mr. Block, Mr. Andy. Your signal is being weird right now. Like you look frozen again. Okay, there you go. So here's what I would like to say. If you decide to do what we're doing, what I had asked you to do earlier for me, one of the things I would love to do for you is, if you would like cash, or if you would like to do, I would buy the board games for you, but you just have to do the video on reviewing the board game. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, there was a few board games I was gonna buy, but since I went to a channel that did a quick review on it, I didn't waste my money on it because I didn't like that version of it. So I don't know if that's something you would like to do, because I know you like board games. I'll be willing to produce, like I'll buy you the games. I'll just buy them for you. I don't know. It's just something we could do if you want to do that. That'd be kind of fun. So I don't know.
Well, I have a whole bunch of games.
I know. I saw that.
So
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, you got a lot. Yeah.
And my reviews, it's mostly going to be just taking a look at the games. They're not going to actually be reviews. I'll be giving my thoughts on them, how I think they play, and
right,
how good I think they are. But
right,
it's just going to be my opinion. And I'll also be doing some playthroughs of them. I'm not allowed to stream because I don't have 1,000 followers. So
right.
Anything. Plus, the camera I have isn't a streaming camera, so
right.
Anyway, so.
Well, if you want to, Andy, I don't mind saying it here live, but I would love to, if you wanted to. I don't know how you would have to set up your device right now, but I could set it up at the host, if you want to call it that. Like, it'd be you, but you could use me as so that way you could actually do it live instead of waiting to do an actual video. Just let me know when you want to do it, and then we'll just do it then. You know what I mean? Like, you could do it like this, but I could just do this. Watch, I could just go
yeah.
If you do for me, man, I could totally do that for you, bro. Totally do that for you, man.
But it would be on your channel. It wouldn't be on mine.
Until I take it off and give it to you.
Oh, okay.
I could do that. We have as my boys would say, we have the technology. Yeah. Hey, like I said, anything I could do, Andy, I appreciate you and love you for your time, your efforts, your friendship, everything in between, bro. You truly are, like, next to Dave, you guys are my true friends that I've known for years, man. And that's never going to change. And I'm always going to throw everybody a bone. And I know Dave said at the last, he said, Dave says, y'all should be paying us. And Dave, let me say this to you, buddy. When I make it to the big leagues, brother, I'm going to write you a nice check because I love you. Okay? Just because I love you, man. We're going to do that. You don't even got to do nothing. You just got to just accept it and be like, thank you. So, all right, guys. Well, hey, we had I think we hit all the topics. I really think we did in all degree and honesty. I think we did. I'm just double checking. Yeah, we did. There's nothing there. I'm just getting ready for the outro right here. Let me get the outro ready. But yeah, everybody here, we appreciate you. You see at the bottom right there, my Facebook at the top says Alan G. Moja. Alan G. Mosier the third up there for Facebook. My IG is Fireline_entertainment. I apologize for not having it all the same at Fireline ANT. I'm working on trying to fix that right now. Hopefully we can. If not, we're just gonna have to deal with this, type of thing. So it's very hard. We've worked hard on our pages, and I don't want to start a brand new page like an Instagram page. I don't want to start all over with that, or Twitter. I got to start all over. So I'd rather just put the names up there and then you go find it. You know what I mean? If you like us that much, you'll find us. You know what I'm saying? If you like that person. So yeah, like I said, and I know Andy can't give me exact time and date if we're gonna do when we're gonna do the Comic-Con stuff, but just know, look out for our lives. He might be on. I might have other people coming on to just to review Comic-Con. And if you see any good stories, be like, hey, do you want to do this? Like if you see something for King Kong versus or Godzilla vs King Kong, let me know. We'll get on that quick. And yeah, we'll have lots of fun. And we appreciate every single one of you guys for being here. Make sure you guys visit my man's channel. There's some stuff there, so go visit, comment.
Yeah,
if you have
I
not,
do have a couple videos, not a whole lot.
Yeah, go check it out, guys. And do me a favor, make sure you guys subscribe. Number one, hit the bell for notification. Do that for Andy as well. And let me do that for you, Andy, really quickly too, man. I want to do that for you, man. Let me just do that really quickly before we head out, bro. Just because I love you, man. Let's do it. We got Goblin HQ Inc. Hopefully that shows it up. I don't see it there. Oh, is that it right there? No, that's not it.
No. HQ, Goblin and HQ should be one word, I believe.
Yep, it does matter, guys. By the way, one space matters. There it is.
Yeah,
all right.
That's it. So look for the cute little goblin.
Yeah, look for the cute little gremlin, if you want to call it that. I like that right there. Very cool. So there you go, guys. He's got some lot of cool stuff there. Go check him out, man. And do me a favor, hit that like button, hit this subscribe button. And I'll be honest with you, this is the truth. We've been talking about all this whole week, going to different live streams. You guys got to leave a comment for it to stick, or your subscription will be taken away, because of YouTube just takes subscriptions away. They don't value subscriptions. They only value views. So definitely make sure you give us the view. Make sure you like it. If you want to dislike it, that's fine, but make sure you like it, if anything. And then, of course, comment. Your comment will link us together. It'll bring us together like this. Come together right now, right? So make sure you guys do that for Andy. Do that with us. And Andy, we'll see you later, brother. We love you, man. And we're going to do the outro. We'll see you guys later. And then we'll see you guys on Friday night for some quarantine hangouts. We love you guys very, very much. And we will see you. I'm going to take off the banner really quickly because we don't need that anymore. There it is. And have a good night, guys. Peace. And we're back. Just playing.